Yo, what's up YouTube? Today we're gonna take a little look at Chaos. I was kind of trying to decide if I should do this now or later, but because we've still got a bit of a cheater problem. If you take a look at the rank 1 there, last week wasn't all that impressed with last week either. But you know, it is what it is. We've still got a couple people somewhere hidden just under the top 3 there, and you know, messing up with the rankings. But you know, I figure let's dive in. I'll do a run. We'll go through things. You can see that my best for this week, because each season is only 1 week, guys. My best for week this week it was 611,000 ish, or I guess almost 612,000. And today I've only ordered it today, so I actually did pretty good. I got a 504k auto, so that was nice. But we're gonna take a look at the units I've been using and how I use them, and I'll talk a little bit about team comps and you know, should you manual them or whatnot. All right, we'll get into it all. Let's see, if we go team formation, if you watch the other videos you can see, you'll remember the gear that I've been using. Roller Brawler here with a few 5-star pieces and her 4-star pieces. We've got Sharpshooter over here with his full 4-star pieces plus 15. Very squishy. Most of my units are kind of squishy. We've got Airstrike with a similar situation. He's got that one 5-star weapon, so you know. But his durability, it's a little better than Sharpshooter, but you know, it is what it is. We've got Gorilla Driller here, right? He's got 2600 defense. He again as well, mostly the 4-star gear. He's got this effect resistance 5-star gear. We've got Flash Ring over here. Pretty nice though, mostly 4-star gear, but with this 5-star HP. Mr. Cat that I invested quite a bit into. Still, again, mostly 4-star gear with this effect accuracy armor. And that was everyone, right? There you go. So that's what I'm using. It's about 412 in power, and basically what you can see is I'm using 3 healers, and I essentially like to alternate like 1 healer at a time when I need to, and it kind of works for me. Okay, so I'm gonna start the fight. We're just gonna go through each phase. We'll talk about each phase quickly, and what team comps are gonna work out decently. Now, number 1 team comp to stay away from: Poison. I'm sorry to say, but Poison comps do really badly for Chaos. Poison itself, because of the way Chaos's HP works, where he's got this infinite sign, it just doesn't work out very well. I'd like to see a bit of a balancing effect for Poison, like just for Chaos, so that it's not like a completely wasted thing, right? But every other team comp should be pretty good. However, as you're about to see, so my comp is more of a knockdown comp, right? Now I am gonna manual this particular run, and we'll just go through. We'll see how we can do, and you know, we'll just go through and we'll see how we can do manualing for this run. Almost forgot to talk about Chaos skills, but yeah, I'd like to see a bit of balancing happen for the Poison comps. Now, for his first phase, you see he is pretty low in terms of attack and defense, right? He's very easy to knock down. He doesn't really do much with his first attack skill here. It's just, you know, 2 mana, 1 turn cooldown, does a bit of damage, 30% attack down on 1 enemy, and then an AoE attack here as well. And he gives himself an attack up when an enemy goes into defense break. Very, if you're early game and you want to, you know, take care of this guy. Let's see. So I'll just smack him with that one. Now I'm going to smack him with my shark to knock him down again, right? So like, knockdown early game for Chaos is really strong, right? Now he's going to change phases at about, I think it's actually at 30,000, so we're about to find out. I'm just going to throw this out there. This is one of my hardest hitting things. It's either 30 or 40,000. I'm not 100% sure, but he's gonna phase change here for me. Now, if you don't knock him down for the phase change, he does attack you immediately on his phase shift, is what I'm trying to say. So something to watch out for, you will take free damage from him if you don't knock him down or put up, say, your shield here for when that happens, okay? Now, what he normally attacks with is this Doom Shark as soon as he pops out. So it attacks everyone on your team, puts accuracy down on them all, and I think... Okay, yeah, no, he decreases his skill cooldown time, so he doesn't do anything extra. He's also got this giant Traptanium. It uses 7 mana, 6 turn cooldown. We should hopefully knock him out of his phase before he even bothers to use it. But you can see it ignores a bit of defense. But once again, attacks everybody. And he's got Summon Fists. So he summons 2 fists for 1 enemy, gives himself attack up. So it's a multi-hit. It's not overly scary or anything. It's, you know, it is what it is, right? Now, we're basically just going to keep smacking him. I could have knocked him down again there. But, you know, it is what it is, like I said. See, there's Doom Shark. My units that I'm using right now, not the strongest, right? Again, with HP, so early damage isn't really something to be afraid of when it comes to Kaos, right? I am just going to knock him down again because I can. So like I was saying, knockdown is really strong for Kaos early on. However, as you're going to see, it's not super helpful for a little bit later on. Now, I don't believe I can knock him down. I think the phase change is 120, and we're about to knock him through that. So, there's the 126, here's the 130. Right, so the reason I use that skill, it does poison, but it also does diminish. So as long as the diminish gets on there, it's not completely wasted. Now you'll see I did use my shield. He attacks immediately. Boom, boom, boom. If I'd knocked him down, I would have got a free turn, and there wouldn't be anything to worry about. But you can see I've actually got his, I've actually got him low enough that I can just knock him down again. So that's nice. I'm gonna hit him with the rockets again. This is my main DPS, alright? My main go-to for damage. The big PP right here. Now, we'll go through his skills quickly before he jumps back up here. I am about to get a free turn because he is knocked down. Now, this Traptanium Sword is the thing that's going to be the most dangerous. And he's just going to keep getting this attack buff over and over and over. Alright? This is the final phase, so I'm just going to jump out. This is the final phase. It's just going to keep going like this with his phase 3 until you get wiped out or until these turns end, okay? Now, his first skill here, Traptanium Sword, this is the one to worry about. This skill resets every time one of your units goes into the break status, so once your endurance runs out. And he immediately resets it, and he will just spam this skill. Like, I've seen him use this skill, pretty sure like 4 times in a row in one turn. It was just such bad timing for me. Railblade isn't too scary, but you know, it seems like if there is like a break, it's supposed to send out a Traptanium Sword, which then would, I guess, reset this Traptanium Sword if you knock somebody else into break. It's very sad. Also, you can't evade this skill either, as far as I'm aware, because it always lands as an accurate attack. So that's something to watch out for. If you have a skill that says always lands as an accurate attack, it should always hit. I use it on gear shifts with like 150% evasion and things like that. With my airstrike, because he has one, and it is very helpful. Condenses dark energy to inflict damage on all enemies and grants confusion for 2 turns. And what confusion does is it swaps your attack and defense, I believe. Yeah, counter actively. So it doesn't change things too much. You will just keep kicking his butt. It uses a lot of his mana though, so often if he has one of these big skills up, so there's 7 mana skill and a 6 mana skill, he'll only follow up with like a Traptanium. It does, I believe, this Feathered Wings one hits really hard though. But rather than the Confusion one isn't too scary. Though it does have the attack up as well. The attack up's not too scary, but the attack that accumulates over time on him as we progress through Chaos, it matters a bit, alright? Now, his last skill here, The shoots out numerous blades, inflicts damage on all enemies, and grants accuracy 30% down effect for 2 turns. Like I said, it's one of these two is the really hard hitting. It might actually be Dark Force, but yeah, he often follows up either one of these with a Traptanium, and then if he's got enough mana left, he'll use another Traptanium. But often, you want to watch out for these two skills when they're off cooldown because they will hurt. And yeah, like I said, they hurt. Kaos there's not really too many tricks once you get to the third phase. He just starts doing more and more damage until you die. All right, even like the tankiest units can often just start getting 1-shot or 2-shot. Now he does of course give himself attack up when one of our units falls into the break status, which is very easy to do when he starts spamming Traptanium Sword. All right, so keep an eye out for when he uses this Traptanium Sword. You'll see what I'm talking about. And he's also got this passive that decreases his cooldown every time someone falls into break status once again. Status. Alright. So again, kind of scary. And you can also see that his endurance has started to go up. So while the knockdown team is great for say the first couple 100k, once you start getting closer to say 300k, or say let's say 350 to 300, then your stats are going to be quite a bit more important. Alright. Now you see just how hard he hit me there. He reset his cooldown, and if he had more than 1 mana there, he would have come out swinging, alright? Now, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to use this skill. I'm actually just going to double heal here. Just like this. Alright? Now, it wasn't entirely necessary, but I wanted to do it. And now I'm going to protect myself with this shield. Okay? And yoink. Now you can see when I swapped them in, I actually got an attack buff too. I'm not 100% sure on the swap mechanic, but it is handy when things like that happen. Now, let's see if we can knock him down, which is what I'd like to do. Also, because I have Mystic Cat out, this skill actually gives me 3 mana back, so this is pretty nice. I get a little bit of bonus damage there for that. And now I can just get some extra hits on him. And, you know, just continue doing what I'm doing. And you see the points going up. We'll check him in a turn or so. Is basically what I want to do. Let's see. I could swap somebody, but we're just gonna leave it with that 2 mana. We'll see how this goes. Now you can see just how hard that hit, right? He used Traptanium first. Now he's reset Traptanium. He's hit me again. You guys see that combo that he did there, and like it's so lucky that it's honestly so lucky he didn't kill anyone right then, because that's actually kind of crazy that he didn't. But you can see just how hard he hits, right? Now let's slap him a bit, slap him again, and I guess I'll just use this. I do need to swap a few things around, so because like what's going on here is that I don't have bond on all of my units. Ooh, that's a rip, man. Like we haven't even hit 300k yet. That's what I want to try and point out here is like we haven't even hit 300k yet. I've just lost one of my damage dealers, and now it's going to be slow and steady wins the race. And let's see. Let's attack with this. No, I won't swap. I should have used the shield afterwards, but I needed to build up some extra energy for the shield. Let me show you guys. You can see the shield down there? I know you haven't been able to see it very well, so let's move the camera up here. And we'll just keep going. Speaking of which, we want to swap around. So normally what I would do is swap between all 3 healers, but I did get a little distracted, which is my fault, of course. Now, once again, he's got 2 endurance, so I'm going to use this because that's how I get some mana back. And I just got to keep going. Now, unfortunately, it is a bit of a loss for me. I'm actually going to charge Mr. Cat instead. It is a bit of a loss for me to have lost Airstrike so early, because often Airstrike can sometimes strip this attack buff, which does help a little bit for me. Now, here you go. You see he's now up to plus 6,452. That isn't because of the attack buff. His attack just keeps kind of scaling up as the run goes on, right? So he just gets stronger and stronger and stronger until he kills you. You can see here, attack up plus 15%. You take that away, he'd still have like a much higher attack, alright? So it's just something to watch out for there. And I like to try and keep myself topped up as much as possible. It looks like I am going to be able to pop my shield up for the next turn. And you see I'm slowly but surely climbing my way up to the 400k range, which is normally where it's going to be hit or miss for me, right? Especially now that we're missing airstrike, which is unfortunate. And you can also see his endurance is super high, right? So a little scary. Oh, I'm torn between using this heal for endurance. I feel like I should, but I also just want to hit him for more damage. I'm just gonna use it for some extra endurance, and we'll see what happens here. Oof! There's the Traptanium. Oh, he did reset it. God damn it! There you go. See, and that's what I'm talking about there, right? Now I've only got my healers left. So this is actually a horrible manual. Okay. Normally I don't have this kind of issue with manually. But I guess because I lost airstrike and I am a bit distracted right now. I've completely like blown any chance I had of showing like a nice 600k manual, because that's how I got the 600k, was just using manual, right? So maybe we get lucky here and get myself to the 450 mark, which is about what you want to aim for, because that's where you're going to get those 10 premium keys from, which is rather, like, it is kind of important to try and get those 10 premium keys each day. Obviously, as a new player, I'm not going to put expectations on you to try and get that straight away. For a new player, you're going to want to mostly focus on just like knock him down to try and get as high a score as you can, because that way you'll get more premium keys for yourself up until you can reach that 450 mark and start getting that really nice, like, just 10 premium keys each day, right? Because after the 450 mark, that's where it kind of becomes hopefully you've got like your legendary and heroic units built up for one, but also it's going to be important to have those like really good like 5-star and 6-star gears, mostly the mostly the 5-star gears. Okay, so because I'm like splitting my attention here. All right, so I got the 450, and this is where we're gonna get wiped out. We've just managed to claw our way into it for the 450. Oh, there we go, and you get a nice bunch of gold there as well. So as far as like competing, you don't want to worry too much, because like we've got cheaters, and like you want to kind of compete for yourself for now until come to us try and get these cheaters sorted out. The rare super boost key, of course, would be nice, but you need 650 for it, so you're gonna be like, that's gonna be very depending on what legendary you had built. If you built like a really good damage dealer, or maybe like a Kingpin, that'd be great. Ambush, yes, poison, but ambush also has like a really powerful nuke. When it comes to this particular, like, when it does come to Chaos, obviously single target is going to be better. Any kind of Skylanders that have a really formidable single target are going to be very powerful. Mysticat's okay as a healer. However, as you saw, the 3-tone cooldown, you are going to need like a second healer if you want to go that route. Various other units you might want to use. So Kingpin here is just an amazing all-around great like tank and unit. Like, he'll put a shield on everyone. He's got that. The provoke isn't super important, but the actual skill itself, he's got the defense up, the strength to try and keep your endurance up so that Chaos can't get that Traptanium spam going. Units with strength in general would be great. Extra endurance will be great. Units like Flashwing and Gorilla Driller with their endurance recovery heals are really good as well. The longer that you can drag him out for using that Traptanium sword, the much easier it is to maintain. the actual run and get more damage out of it, right? So like even like the attack down, defense up kind of units, just general single target stuff. Now remember, ambush has this like always crit single target skill here. Yeah, so this attack will always land as a critical hit. Really good skill to take in there. It's got like it's 2-turn cooldown. It does use 4 mana, but it hits really hard. The unit itself has quite a tanky kind of like, he's got a lot of HP and defense. You can see he's got like he's got 3 slots for HP, 2 slots that could be used for defense if you want, but what you'd probably do is like 3 slots for HP, 1 for defense, and then 2 attack. You know, these are just legendaries. Of course, there are other units like heroic. You know, there are plenty of heroic units and stuff that'll be great for this. Stink Bomb does kind of suffer. Units like Smolder Dash, Flare Wolf, of course, would be great. Slam Bam, Chill. The Freeze is really good. Even like Dive Clops is kind of hit or miss here. He's got a shield for the whole team. He's got this. He's got like a maybe strip, 75% chance strip, but his attacks are AOE, so you want to watch out for that, right? He's not gonna. He's only gonna really be there for the shield for the most part. Same with like Freeze Blade, not that big a deal. When it comes to Chaos, you're gonna want units that you don't want to try and rely on evade teams, because he's got that Traptanium. He's just going to always hit that unit, right? Like, you might evade his other skills, but he's going to hit you with that Traptanium spam. Actually, like, Gear Shift's animation here. You know, units like Trigger Happy, really strong single target hits. Just, those are the kind of units you want to focus on, right? Even, like, maybe Enigma here with the Bless, which it makes one of your units invulnerable for a certain amount of turns. Like, it makes your highest attack unit invulnerable. You got Splat here, who can steal a beneficial effect and buff some of your other units. All of these like units like Sharpshooter and Splat here that have a skill that attacks random targets, they're all gonna hit Chaos, right? So things like that. But like Freeze is gonna be great. Shield is gonna be great. Obviously, any kind of buffs you can bring are gonna be great. Just, yeah. Knockdown is really good, but only early on, because if you had a look at his endurance near the end of the fight, it gets really, really high. Alright? You are going to want to try and avoid premium units if you want to get those high numbers. However, of course, there's a lot of good single target unit, like, you know, damage dealers here and stuff that you could use early on. Roller Brawler is actually really great. Sorry, Rocky Roll. Because he attacks multiple times and stuff, and then he's also got that knockdown as far as premium units go. But again, they are squishy. You're probably going to be looking at 300 to 450k if you build up like a premium unit team, rather than, I don't know if a premium team is going to be able to push to 650 without, say, like a full set of 6-star gear or something like that, right? Just something to watch out for when it comes to building your team. Igniter, of course, really good rare unit, has knockdown as well. Once again, focus on your single target hard hitters. Bombs are great, Diminish is great, avoid poison, freeze, bring freeze if you can. Really good stuff, alright? Like, if you have like a light flashwing, I believe, has the shield for your entire team, pretty nice. I think there's also, yeah, it can give debuff immunity. Just things like that, right? Alright, I'm going to leave it there. I think the video has gone long enough. But just some nice tips and advice that I've given. Hopefully, yeah, haven't gone too long, about 24 minutes. Anyways, hopefully that helps, guys. There is going to be more to it a little later on, of course, when it comes to like what are the best units to use for getting that like 1 million plus reward, etc, etc, etc. But nobody's really doing that just yet. Of course, best units are going to be those legendaries, and you know, it is what it is. Legendaries sticked out in those 6-star gears later on. It's going to be great. I'm actually pretty keen to see units like Kingpin, Ambush, Pit Boss kind of brought together, as well as whoever else, you know. Once again, single target hard hitters, Freeze is going to be great, as well as just, you know, Diminish and bombs. Fire comps are going to have a blast with Chaos early on. So knockdown teams and fire comps, maybe focus on those. Fire comps again are going to be squishier, so you may lose out to a knockdown team in terms of early points, but once you get them geared up a bit more, you won't worry too much. Anyways, I'm going to cut it there, guys. Hopefully that helped a bit, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. I don't think there's too much more PvE stuff to cover, so it should be good. Peace.